The sun had set, and the cozy glow of Nana Ruth's living room lamp filled the space with warmth. Laura and Liam sat beside her, their eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Nana, can you tell us what happened after Isaac was born?" Laura asked eagerly. Liam, holding his favorite toy camel, tilted his head. "Yeah, did he get all the stars God promised Abraham?" Nana Ruth chuckled, adjusting her glasses. "Well, God had more plans for Abraham and Isaac, but this next part of the story is one of the most important. It's about trusting God even when things are really, really hard." Laura and Liam leaned in closer as Nana began. After Isaac was born, Abraham and Sarah were overjoyed. The little boy filled their home with laughter, just as God had promised. He grew stronger each day, and Abraham loved him dearly. But there was still some trouble. Abraham's older son, Ishmael, who was born to Hagar, was growing up too. Sarah became worried that Ishmael would take Isaac's place as the promised child. One day she told Abraham, "Send Hagar and Ishmael away." Abraham was troubled. He loved Ishmael too. But God spoke to him and said, "Do not worry. I will take care of Ishmael and make him into a great nation as well. But Isaac is the son I have chosen for my promise." So, with a heavy heart, Abraham sent Hagar and Ishmael away. But God did not forget them. He provided water for them in the desert and promised that Ishmael would become the father of a great nation too. Abraham trusted God's plan, even when it was difficult. Isaac continued to grow and Abraham was so proud of him. He knew that one day Isaac would have children of his own, and God's promise would come true. But then something happened that Abraham never expected. One night, God spoke to Abraham in a way that must have shaken his heart. "Abraham," God said. "Here I am," Abraham answered. Then God gave him a hard test. "Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah. There, offer him as a sacrifice to me." Abraham's heart must have felt like it stopped. Give up his beloved Isaac, the son he had waited so long for? How could this be? But Abraham trusted God completely. He knew that God always kept his promises, even when things didn't make sense. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and saddled his donkey. He took Isaac and 2 servants and started the 3-day journey to the place God had told him about. Isaac didn't know what was happening. As they climbed the mountain together, he saw the wood for the fire and the knife in his father's hands. But something was missing. "Father," Isaac asked, "where is the lamb for the sacrifice?" Abraham took a deep breath and answered, "God will provide the lamb, my son." Isaac nodded, trusting his father's words. When they reached the top of the mountain, Abraham built an altar and arranged the wood. Then, with deep sorrow, he turned to his son. Isaac must have been confused, but he trusted his father. Abraham gently tied Isaac's hands and placed him on the altar. Then, with tears in his eyes but faith in his heart, Abraham raised the knife to obey God's command. Just as Abraham was about to bring down the knife, he heard a loud voice from heaven. "Abraham, Abraham." Abraham stopped immediately. "Here I am," he answered. The voice spoke again. "Do not lay a hand on the boy. Now I know that you truly fear God, because you have not withheld your only son from me." Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in the bushes by its horns. God had provided a sacrifice, just as Abraham had said. With overwhelming joy, Abraham untied Isaac and hugged him tightly. Then he took the ram and offered it as a sacrifice to God instead of his son. Abraham named that place, "The Lord Will Provide," because God had shown his faithfulness once again. As Nana Ruth finished the story, Laura let out a big breath. "Wow, that was so close. I can't believe Abraham was willing to give up Isaac." Nana smiled. "Yes, it was a great test of faith. But do you see what happened? God provided." Liam's eyes were wide. "God sent a ram instead of Isaac?" "That's right," Nana said. "And many, many years later, God sent Jesus, his only son, to be the sacrifice for all of us. Just like God provided the ram for Abraham, He provided Jesus so that we could be saved. Laura's eyes lit up. "Oh, so Isaac was like a picture of Jesus?" Nana nodded. "Exactly. God always keeps His promises even when we don't understand His plans." Liam snuggled into Nana's lap, yawning. "I like God's stories. They always have happy endings." Nana kissed his forehead. "That's because God is good and His love never fails." As Laura and Liam sat quietly thinking about the story, the warm glow of the lamp flickered softly, just like the faith that burned brightly in Abraham's heart. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss out on our future content. And if you haven't seen our previous episodes in the Book of Genesis playlist, be sure to check it out. There's a link in the description. See you in the next video.